Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am Lady Nyca in with another True Crime Presents. Today we are going to talk about the story of Brittany Booker. Now, this story is a little bit different from what I normally cover. Most of the cases that I cover in True Crime Presents usually are cases that have either made it to the judicial system, or the person is no longer on the land of the living, okay? This story actually is an ongoing story. It happened this past Sunday. And because of the fact that the fugitive is on the run, I felt like it was my duty as a person who does true crime to come in and give y'all the story and let you know a little bit about what's happening, show you the people involved in the story in hopes that we can get this guy behind bars as quickly as possible because what he did was awful. Now, as I stated, this is the story of Brittany Booker. Racine, Wisconsin police are on the lookout right now for this suspect here. That is one Terry Lee Jackson Jr. He is the man suspected of killing Brittany Booker Sunday morning and has eluded capture since he allegedly assaulted Booker back in February by hiding and moving frequently. Booker was killed Sunday morning sometime before 9:30 a.m. when police officers were first called to the 1300 block of Villa Street in Racine, Wisconsin for a report of a missing person. When they arrived, they found Booker deceased and the cause of death has not yet been determined, okay, or released. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the person on the screen, Terry Lee Jackson Jr. Terry Lee Jackson Jr. is the boyfriend of one of Brittany Booker's friends. In a separate incident, he was accused of attacking the friend and Booker back in February of this year. And according to the criminal complaint detailing the incident, police were called to an area hospital around 11 a.m. on February the 21st of this year for a report of an assault that had taken place the night before. When officers arrived, a woman with visual injuries to her face told them that Terry Lee Jackson Jr. assaulted her on February the 20th, as well as the week before. And after he did that, Jackson said that he would move to Illinois if the woman would not report the assault. Police say the woman drove to Illinois on February the 20th to pick up Jackson because he had a court date on February the 22nd in Racine. On the ride back, Jackson was driving. And approximately at 9 p.m. on February the 20th, he pulled behind the campus of a Gateway Technical College, took the woman's phone when she tried to call someone, grabbed the woman by her throat, dug his fingers into her eyes. Jackson exited the vehicle, walked to the passenger side of the car, opened the car door, and started punching the woman in the face and upper body. Jackson also had a box cutter in his possession at that time and said he was going to use it to cut the woman one side to the next. That's all in the complaint. Based on text messages and her call log, the woman told police officers she believed the assault lasted about 3 hours, but she had a hard time keeping track of time because she lost consciousness during this assault. After he ceased his attack, he then drove the woman to pick up her daughter and forced her to pull the hoodie up over her head to hide her injuries. The woman told officers that Jackson had a history of making suicidal statements and has attempted to take his own life. All of that is in the criminal report, okay? The criminal complaint report. Jackson reportedly told the woman that he wasn't going back to jail, that if he wasn't going to court, he wanted to get killed by the police. On February the 27th, officers were called to the George Tavern on Main Street for a report of an assault. A woman had run into the bar covered in blood, and there was a word of a second victim, but they didn't know where. The complaint continues. The police arrived. Both the woman and Booker were inside. Booker was lying on the floor with a blank stare and appeared to be going in and out of consciousness. Both women told officers that Jackson attacked them both with a hammer. That's right. He attacked both of them at that point with a hammer. That time he did attack this young lady on the screen. Okay. Police say Booker and the woman went to the woman's apartment she shared with Jackson to retrieve some of her belongings. While they were there, Jackson came in through the back door and went after the woman with a hammer while Booker tried to call 911 at the same time. She held her 2-year-old daughter and grabbed a kitchen knife for defense. Jackson then struck Booker several times in the head with the hammer. She let go of her daughter and ran for the neighbor's house with Jackson in pursuit, saying that he was going to kill her. Both of the women required staples to close their wounds. Booker had 5 wounds that needed tending to. Jackson was due in court on February 22nd for a felony drug case filed in 2021, and a no bond warrant was issued for his arrest when he didn't appear, according to the Racine County District Attorney's Office. She said that the district attorney said that the investigation into the February 20th assault was underway and the original warrant should be sufficient to take him into custody. Okay? He missed his court day, and that was enough to issue a warrant while the investigators built their case. That is what was being said by the district attorney in Racine County, one Miss Tricia Hanson. Once the reports were completed, it was clear how dangerous Jackson is, and we issued a second warrant for $100,000 attached to it. In addition to the homicide charges he will face once he's in custody, charges from February the 20th and February the 27th incidents include 2 felony charges of first-degree attempted intentional homicide, 1 felony count each of reckless endangering safety, stalking, strangulation, intimidating a witness, and false imprisonment, 2 felony counts of a bail jumping, 1 misdemeanor of disorderly conduct, and if convicted of those charges, Jackson faces up to 180 years to life in prison. When asked if Booker was reported to the DA's office that she felt like her life was in danger, the DA said she couldn't comment and cited Marcy's law for that, which prevents her from commenting. Racine Police Department's sergeant said that she didn't know if Booker had been offered shelter services either in Racine or in another county, but she did say that Booker had been in regular contact with investigators. Okay. Child, this is something else. They are actively looking for this man. According to the police reports that I found, they did conduct a manhunt for a month, but they didn't alert the public because he was doing so might have placed a number of people in harm's way. So they did try to put out a manhunt on him, but it only lasted a month with limited people knowing about it. Jackson was in hiding and moved frequently, including from state to state. Child, this is something else. This man has taken the life of a 30-year-old woman who had 6 children. A woman, by the reports that I read, had either finished nursing school or was in the process of completing her nursing school so that she could provide a better life for her children. And at the blink of an eye, he decided that he was going to stalk, harass, and eventually end this lady's life. Okay? So far, the U.S. Marshal Task Force is looking for this man actively. And because he has ties to the Chicago area, they are on the lookout for him. Okay? If you happen to see this individual, if you're watching my video and you see this individual, please do not try to accost him, but get in touch with the local police and let them know what you know. This is a sad situation. This girl was loved. I looked at her Facebook page and all of the people who were on there giving condolences and saying how much they, gonna miss her and how good of a mother she is. You even had one business owner in the local Racine area that began taking up donations because this 6 kids left without a mother. As of Monday, they had, well, as of today, earlier this morning, they had collected a little bit over $14,000, and they are intending to pass that money right over to Brittany Booker's mother for her to use as she needs to use it, okay, to take care of these kids. This case is not solved. This man is a danger to himself and society, and it is very crucial that we do what we need to do as the public in the area of Racine, all the way up to um, the Chicago area. If you see this man, please give your local police a call because this man has truly altered the lives of at least 6 people, and that is that woman's 6 children who now have no mother, killed at 30 years old at the beginning of her life. 30 years old is young, y'all. That is a young age. And I don't care about her having 6 kids. Apparently, according to what I read about this lady, she was doing what she was supposed to be doing in order to make sure that she provided the best life that she possibly could for her children. She wasn't shiftless and laying around doing nothing. She was in school trying to be somebody. And because this man has some mental illness clearly and cannot control himself, he has taken this woman's life. He wasn't even her boyfriend. He was the boyfriend of her friend. What a sad situation. Again, I urge of anybody with any information about this man to please reach out to your local law enforcement. He is known to frequent the Racine, Wisconsin, all the way down to the Chicago area. If you see this man, do not try to approach this man because he is definitely probably armed and dangerous. But call your local enforcement office, law enforcement office, so that they can do what they need to do to get Terry Lee Jackson Jr. behind bars as quickly as possible. I want to thank you all so much for watching today. Keep Brittany Booker family and her children and everybody that was touched by the loss of this beautiful young girl's life. Keep them in your prayers. Oh, it's just a sad day when people do things like this. If y'all have any information, again, because a lot of people that watch me, I don't know where y'all is. So if y'all have any information, please call into the police department so that they can do what they need to do. You guys have a great remainder to your Monday. I plan on doing the same. And until next time, peace.